Good morning and welcome to Ride Right Waxing and the UK Onewheel channel. Thank you once again indeed for tuning in. This is my honest opinion and my review of my flight fins on my new XR for the very first time. We've had a break in the weather here in the UK and I've just taken this opportunity to jump on and to give you, I suppose, my first thoughts of my new flight fins. And I must admit, they are absolutely awesome. And the other reason for doing the voiceover is I had a bit of an issue with my audio clip on this video, so I thought I would just take you through my first thoughts. So yeah, straight off the bat, I must admit I'm absolutely digging these flight fins. The hold and the, I suppose, the positivity of the drive you get out of these underneath your feet is just immense. My toe turns and my heel turns have become super sensitive and you can really put them in. So where I had to kind of really lean and use my knees and my body to bend, you can just literally tweak your foot now and you can get a toe turn and a heel turn in. Absolutely fantastic. The only thing I would say is obviously they feel a little bit more twitchier because you kind of have your feet fixed to the board. When the board wants to go left or wants to go right, it takes your foot left and right because obviously your foot is fixed to it, where before you would lift a heel or a toe to take that shock absorption up when you didn't have the flight fins. But that's something that no doubt I'll get used to. And again, for trail riding, it will give me a lot more confidence. And I know possibly you can skip and hop on this thing. And I'll have a go later on in this video to see if I can jump on it. And hopefully then my riding will improve even more so. Again, I owned a Onewheel for just over 2 months now. And I fell in love with the Onewheel. And I've just fell in love with it again, having these flight fins. You can carve so well on this thing. And yeah, it just brings a lot more confidence back. So if you do like snowboarding and you like that feel where your feet are connected to something and you've got a bit more positivity in your turn, then I would recommend getting yourself some flight fins. But anyway, that's enough for me going on for the minute. It's a bit of a vlog, this one. I'm going to talk over this one quite a bit just so I can give you my experiences, and this is my personal opinion, my personal experience, and I will talk from the heart of what I'm feeling and try and share that with you to really, I suppose, bring across my enthusiasm as much as my opinion on what this feels like. But what I will say is I'm digging my new opaque fender. If you haven't seen how to make that, I'll put the description of that video below, and yeah, why not get on and get yourself one made if you've got yourself some flight fins. So let's get back to some riding. Wow, what a feeling. I really am more used to riding with my feet further apart, and a couple of you have commented about how the ride and it puts less stress on the motor by putting your feet closer to that. I'm not quite sure if that's true or not, but yeah, that's what I've been told. So it does feel a little bit weird because my feet are slightly closer to the fender, but my feet really do feel nice and secure. I actually just feel like I'm in a bit of a snowboard binding. Carving on this thing. Carving has now become a really pleasurable thing on the XR. It still doesn't quite compare to the Pint. The Pint is really rounded tyre. It does carve beautifully well. However, obviously the tyre on this thing I can change. But yeah, wow, what a difference. And what's really cool is my fender hasn't blown off yet. I thought it might have fallen off, my £1 fender. And regarding my last trail video, I did upload it and then I took it down because I put a comment on there, and it must be the placebo effect of I actually thought the motor on the XR was bigger. Now I think that's just because the tyre's bigger, but I actually thought the whole setup was more powerful, it was bigger because the XR's bigger. Obviously XR stands for extra range, that's completely my error. Quite happily to admit that. I just actually thought this thing was more powerful. Yes, it goes faster. I'm not quite sure why they didn't put the top speed on the Pint. That's on the XR. Maybe that's obviously the diameter of the tyre changing the speed and the turning radius. I don't know. Maybe that is it. I'm no engineer, but so yeah. That's a comment that I wanted to comment on. So not to mislead anybody. That's one thing I do not want to do. I just love riding this thing, and these flight fins, I'm so happy. Okay, we're cruising on up to my local village next to mine, called Cockwood. If you watch some of my earlier videos, you'll recognise this. Fortunately, all the pubs are still shut, but a lot of people congregate on this wall and have a beer in the summer, now this time of year, which is always quite cool. Yeah, little fishing harbour. You've got to come in and out underneath these bridges on a proper day where the tide is just right, otherwise you don't make it. So, anyway, I've got 3 cars following me, so I'm just going to look on. Okay, a couple of other facts that I've actually, little things I have done to these flight fins. I've adjusted them to their maximum setting as high as possible on both sides. So they sit quite high, and the reason for that is purely and simply to allow my foot, because I wear these Nike SB trainers, to get underneath and give myself a real comfortable foot. So that's the settings that I have them set at. Just thought I'd let you know. Okay, next village over, Starcross Primary School. This is where I grew up as a little kid. Many a times been burning around skateboards and BMXs around these roads. Hasn't changed much. Actually, got a little bit worse, I think. That used to be quite pretty, that bit. Semi-boat yard, mechanics yard, etc., bike shop. We are such on a different level to the Americans. Obviously, the Americans' states and cities are just so vast. I think this little village of Starcross would fit into maybe a half size of an American neighbourhood. It's tiny in comparison, but good little atmosphere, nice little pubs when they're open. Down here. Ooh. I am really tempted to try and do a jump on one of these things, but I can see me binning it. I think I need my confidence level up a little bit. Must. I know they're a lot of money, and they are a lot of money. The whole thing under my feet costs a lot of money. But what I would say is it really does enhance your riding. If you snowboarded, it gives you that kind of hold and feel on the board. I've done about 5.5 miles, and I am absolutely loving these. You really got your toe turn back, you've got your heel turn, you can use your feet. I've attempted jumping, as you've seen. I've got to get the 360 thing down. Haven't got quite used to that yet. Obviously with turning, I think I'm going to be able to turn with a bit more confidence. So I've got to retrain my muscles in my feet and legs just to control and know how much I can twist and move the side of wall of the tyre. So hopefully I should be able to get a full 360 opposed to a 180 then a spin. But absolutely love them. Absolutely love them. And I must admit, I do like my mud. A £1 mud guard. I think that's held up really, really well. A couple of stickers, kind of looks quite mint, really. But yeah, so thank you very much indeed for watching. I've got 3 videos out now in a week, which is quite cool. Still not back to work yet. Hoping to go back in July. Hence why I've got a bit of time to do this kind of thing. And yeah, so for me, my one wheel and my flight fin setup, and my first ride, and my honest opinion, and it is my opinion, how these things are. Yeah, we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.